What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and you're probably not going to see much gameplay because this is pretty much just going to be me talking and showing you guys a few different things because of this crazy narrative right now that's going around that I somehow got a free gunslinger from IGG because I took down the 300,000 gem video rolling that I did. Now, on the surface, let me preface by saying this. I can understand why people would come up with that conclusion. 300k video goes down, a few days later he has gunslinger. I get it, but the way that it has evolved literally has been going so crazy that I feel like, okay, now I really have to address it because everybody all of a sudden is just creating their own stories and people are running with that story and people are sharing that story, and then everybody just think that that's the real story. Well, let me get down to the first thing. First of all, the 300k gem rolling video was taken down because of a copyright strike, and I'll show you somewhere around here that I'll probably be able to post it. Here's the thing. I don't know if maybe you guys forget, or maybe some of you will remember. In that video, I did say that my original audio was messed up, and what did I have to do in order to fix that? I had to put audio on top of it, and I let the video roll. That's why it was not my original commentary or anything like that. Now here's the problem. In one of those audios that I included, it was copyrighted a few days later. Now here's the kicker. That was not the only video that was copyrighted. That was not the only video that was taken down. It was just the only one that anybody cared about, I suppose. Now here's the problem. That audio clip, it was about 2 minutes. And it's an audio clip that I use on videos that are usually longer than usual to fill in the gap. Well, for some reason that company decided to copyright the song, and all of my videos that had that song in it are now copyrighted. Now I took those videos down because I am not right now sending a claim over to YouTube, and that takes weeks for them to resolve. Why did I take it down? Because if I don't, then my channel can possibly get a copyright strike, and I don't want that on my channel. You get a couple of those and your channel gets taken down, like it's deleted. So no, that's why I took it down, and I'm not taking a risk on that. Funny thing is, the video was taken down days before I got gunslinger, but I guess somehow that correlates because people wanted to correlate. Here's the other thing. Gunslinger. I rolled gunslinger. It was not recorded. It's not the first time that it's happened. I don't know why people act like this is the first time ever that I've rolled a hero off camera that I haven't recorded. As a matter of fact, I think JT rolled his gunslinger off camera too, and JT does a lot of rolling. He rolled her off camera too. So this narrative that, oh, he rolled her off screen, he didn't record, he must have gotten it for free, is it's a little ridiculous. Just saying. I've rolled tons of talents before that I have not recorded, and nobody has ever questioned that. And the kicker of all of this is, what exactly would IGG gain? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you guys something that I have had access to for a while, and I'm not the only one that has had access, so hold on a second. And here we are. Long and behold, the IGG dev account. Now, it shouldn't be a shock to anybody about this account because I've shown this account before. Actually, other YouTubers have used this account before. Alpha Male, I believe Blue Panda, when he was doing Castle Clash, still used it. Hirsch. We've all used this account. And this is the account that IGG feeds the new heroes in order for us to cover them. As a matter of fact, I believe they have that here. Where is it? Where is it? All the way in the bottom, maybe. So yeah, Gunslinger. There she is. So if that were to give me a hero, it would be here in this account. This is the test account that I can play around with the heroes. Here is the problem. When a new hero comes out, when its release date, people want to see the hero that same day. They want to see it the next day, the day after that. The problem with this account is that yes, IGG will put the heroes here, the new heroes, but that usually can take a week and a half after the update hits. So at that point, what good is it gonna do you guys for me to post a video a week and a half later like, oh, Gunslinger gameplay, she came out 2 weeks ago? You see the difference? So my train of thought was, okay, let me roll these gems, get the new hero. Not only do I get the new hero, I show you guys gameplay as soon as the new hero comes out, because generally speaking, that's when you want to see the gameplay. Well, apparently, if I do any sort of rolling outside of recording it, I must have gotten it for free. Apparently. That's okay. I can see where it started, but now the narrative has changed so much and it's evolved off of just people saying, oh, well, he must have gotten it this way. And okay, oh, that makes sense. I guess that's what happened. That's really what's disheartening, is that people started running with somebody's theory that had no facts behind it. It had no proof, nothing. It just had to make sense. And because it made sense, oh, okay, well, that's what happened. And all of a sudden, everybody's going with that narrative. It's really disheartening, because I thought that maybe people would understand a little bit more of how things work. But I guess not. I guess the narrative changes day to day. One day IGG can be greedy, and then the next day they can be handing out free stuff. Just depends on what narrative you want to come across, because, right? Doesn't have to make sense. Oh, but don't worry, there is more. So a lot of people have been wondering what happened with my guild, Aevatrex. Well, essentially, we went non-competitive. Non-competitive meaning that we weren't gonna care so much about guild wars. We mainly just wanted to have fun. Turns out a lot of people didn't really want that, so we broke up. Everybody went their own ways. That's what happened. But here's the funny part. And basically the same way that the first thing went way left, the same thing happened here. So apparently now the word is that Aevatrex broke up because somehow, since I got the new hero free, everybody disagreed with it and went their own ways. First of all, ask any member in Aevatrex about what happened and they'll tell you the truth. Just because somebody that wasn't even in the guild said that doesn't mean it's true. And somehow that narrative is just evolving. So you see how one thing started and then everything else is just following. Well, it must be because of that. Well, it must be because of that. Where it could be the furthest thing from the truth. Aevatrex had nothing to do with, oh, well, he got a new hero, so everybody disagreed and left. Nothing to do with that whatsoever. Although that's what's going around and that's what people are believing. And again, you can believe whatever you want. I can't control that. Matter of fact, people will still believe it. It doesn't matter to me, because those are people that will never change their mind regardless. For those of you that said some nasty things on my comment section, you were blocked and deleted. It's just how it is. I think that's just how I'm gonna be going forward. The most disheartening thing about this whole thing though is that not only was I going out of my way to get the hero to show you guys gameplay, it's how quickly the community turns on you because of something that they have no facts about. It's all hearsay, and everybody just turns their back on you because of that. It really opened my eyes and made me realize a few things, and I think I'm probably gonna be going a different direction. Who knows? I guess that's still up in the air, but it was an eye-opener on how quickly things can turn. Or maybe it's just this community in specifically. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody, because that's just not true, but like my comment section for the last few days has been ridiculous. All of this stemming from one thing that evolved into another, and it was all off of hearsay. It was really astounding to see, and at one point I literally was just, okay, I wonder how much this is gonna evolve, because the things people were coming up with, I'm like, wow, so they're really going to try to link this with that and this with that without having any facts. So I don't know. I think I'll take some time to kind of digest this and how everything turned out and the reason why, and possibly be changing things going in the future. For those of you that didn't feed into the BS that other people were saying that was all mere speculation, I thank you. For those of you that just went along with it just because somebody else said it, believe what you want to. At the end of the day, it's your right. You can believe whatever you want. I wanted to break, to say this because the narrative was going out to left field and it was just growing way too much, and it was just becoming what everybody saw as the truth and the only truth. So I'll end this video by just saying, believe what you want to, but just think about what facts you have to actually back that up before you actually start calling people names and all of that other good stuff. Anyway, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.